Warm greetings from the high 10. It is Everyday Shenanigans on this Sunday, May 3rd, 2020. Thanks for joining me. I'd like to bring you some set information pertaining to a drug that is supposed to be useful in helping treat COVID-19. And this video is dedicated to my dear friend Elaine. She and some friends have a lupus chat group, and the subject has come up about the medication that is used to help treat lupus, and it is the same said drug recommended by our notorious President Donald Trump, and it is called hydroxychloroquine. The said information is by Stat. A key ingredient that compound pharmacies need for hydroxychloroquine skyrockets in price. This article was uploaded on April 10th. As global demand intensifies for an old malaria drug that some believe can combat COVID-19, a distributor that supplies the key active pharmaceutical ingredient to compound pharmacies in the U.S. has raised prices by huge amounts over the past week. Spectrum Chemical boosted the wholesale price for a 100-gram container of hydroxychloroquine sulfate by about 350% to approximately $1,160, while a 1,000-gram container jumped 230% to $5,932. And the price for a 5,000-gram container roughly tripled to almost $30,000, according to data from Walter's Clure Medispan. A spokeswoman for Spectrum explained the sudden clamor for the drug has made it more difficult to obtain the active ingredient, sometimes causing its own suppliers to ship partially filled orders or cancel them outright, and this affects its own purchase costs. The result of all these current crisis challenges is that availability, prices, and delivery dates to our customers will fluctuate, she wrote us. The price hike comes less than a month after President Trump touted hydroxychloroquine and set off a furious nationwide debate among physicians and public health experts. Other than anecdotal evidence and a few small studies that were criticized for design flaws, there is no indication the drug actually works against the novel coronavirus. Much of the focus on hydroxychloroquine, however, involves tablets that are mostly sold by generic manufacturers, some which have agreed to ramp up production and donate millions of tablets. However, the donations are largely earmarked for hospitals that are treating COVID-19 patients under an emergency use authorization issued by the Food and Drug Administration. Several pharmacies contacted meanwhile report hydroxychloroquine tablets are in short supply. As a result, compound pharmacies, which make customized medicines, may quickly become go-to destinations for Americans who rely on the drug to treat lupus and rheumatoid arthritis. But those who do so may soon pay much more than just a month ago, depending upon where compounders buy their supplies. There's been unprecedented hope this drug can do some good. So we've seen massive prescribing, some states curbing the amount that can be dispensed, and countries like India threatening export bans, said Antonio Chiakia, a co-founder at 3 Axis Advisors, a market research firm that studies drug pricing. This has created shortages and now price increases. And normally when traditional drug supplies are gone, we rely on compounders as a backstop, but now even their prices are going up. Okay. Not every company that supplies the key ingredient to compounders has raised the prices, although that may change, according to Gus Pasami, the chief scientific officer at Professional Compounding Centers of America. He noted his company recently purchased the ingredient at a slightly higher price but absorbed the cost. A big jump in price, though, would have to be passed to compound pharmacies. There's no question that the cost of that particular ingredient from the original manufacturer has gone up significantly. That's just a reality, he told us. We're being told that we might not be able to secure any more product because of the very large global demand from the finished pharmaceutical manufacturers. Assuming we can, it may be 5 to 10 times what we've been paying, and in that scenario, we would have to sell at a higher price. Whether higher prices will emerge in the conventional pharmacies where the generic tablets are sold remains to be seen. Several pharmacies we contacted reported their wholesaler prices have not increased, although anecdotal evidence suggested sporadic price hikes are occurring, according to B. Douglas Hoey, which heads the National Community Pharmacists Association. For instance, Peter Carson, who runs Carson Pharmacy in San Francisco, told us list prices for generics are on par with normal pricing, but nothing is available. I haven't seen anything to indicate the prices went up. There's not really a pattern. The pricing is really all over the map, Hoey told us. Some say they're definitely seeing higher prices, maybe 3 to 4 times as high, but another told me he sees the same price as before everything hit. It varies by the day and the supplier for the pharmacy, but appears to be trending upward. On the other hand, we're not hearing a lot of cries yet from pharmacies over pricing. And this information was brought to you by STAT. So this drug that has been used to help treat COVID-19 positive patients is also used to treat lupus and arthritic patients with rheumatoid arthritis. So this hydroxychloroquine is in demand, as you see, and I brought you this information because my friend is a lupus patient, and she said she and some ladies were discussing this in a online group, and I guess some of the women noticed that the pricing had went up significantly, drastically, for the said medicine. And I think that would be a fear of anyone who is in need of a medicine, the pricing. Sad situation. What will happen, because this article was updated April 10th. This is a new month, May 3rd. We will see what happens with this drug, if it goes up significantly, drastically to where people can't afford it, who need it, who are lupus and rheumatoid arthritic patients. And the sad thing is, like she said, weaning yourself off, it's not, it's a hard thing to do, because most drugs, they don't recommend you just stopping cold turkey because you don't like the drug or you have side effects or you can't afford it. But these things happen when you're taking any type of drug. But I'm praying that it doesn't affect many Americans who need the drug for arthritis and lupus. It just seems like there's always something. But I brought you this video because I thought you needed to know the information, and I promised my friend Elaine that I would bring you the said information. And to those who are suffering from lupus, I'm praying that you can keep buying your medicine, this medicine, if this is the one that your doctor prescribes for you, and that it will be affordable to you, since it is now in demand to treat COVID-19. Just praying that you will be able to still afford the medicine and also have access to getting the medicine. Hope you all are safe out there. In most states, businesses began to open up the late weekend. We will see how this works with the social distancing. I don't know how it will work in smaller businesses such as nail salons, barbershops, because most people, it depends on the people they have hired as far as the chairs, how many chairs they'll have staff working, how far away you can keep, 6 to 13 feet away, calling only with appointments. And as I stated in an article that I said while I was answering an article comment, you have to think about that. That means you'll have to what? Call in to see if you can get your hair cut. You're going to keep calling to see if the person's out of the chair, or your stylist or said receptionist is going to call you back and say, okay, you can come inside now. That person has walked out. This is just a lot of extra work, because here in this state, I believe, Knoxville area, I'll speak for the Knoxville area, they don't want you in the lobby of a hair salon. You can make an appointment for a hair cut, but they don't want patrons in the lobby area. And as you know, most small places such as, Supercuts and, places like that, they have a small waiting area. So that's going to be a problem. People are going to sit in their cars and wait to see, to go in to get their hair cut. I don't know how that's going to work. That's why I said all of this is just, it's a lot to deal with. But what can you do? You can holler, scream, cry, moan, stomp, punch the wall. But it is what it is. It's an adjustment. Putting on the mask before you leave. That's You know, time consuming. Putting on gloves, time consuming. Coming home, taking them off, properly taking them off. Wiping everything down, extra work. More dry hands, dry skin from, you know, washing your hands, using, you know, alcoholic products to clean your hands, wipes, which and soever. It's more work. Hope you all are staying safe out there. I'm just going to be truthful. I've had just about enough of I've said about enough of everything. I'm being transparent with you guys, you know, not to be moaning, but it's just a lot to deal with just in life in general, you know. But I want to remain humble and grateful. But this is old. It is getting old. But as you see, I'm inside. Nowhere to go. I'm here. And I'm sure many other Americans are home as well, because there's nowhere to patronize unless you just want to be, as I state, in somebody's face, in their house, on their front porch, their front stoop. Mercy. God bless America and those abroad. Please stay safe. Put the appropriate mask and gloves in the appropriate receptacles when you're done using them. Wash your mask if you're able to. They don't recommend more than 3 uses. I think it's probably less than that. Those disposable masks. I don't even think I would use those. I think I'd only use those 2 times. But everyone, you know, do as you see fit. Stay safe, America. Thanks for joining me on this wonderful evening in the high 10. Hope you all are safe out there. This is Everyday Shenanigans. Like, share, subscribe. Until the next video. Bye-bye.